Hello, welcome to Plus Spark. January can be a tough time in the garden as the frozen ground and wet weather makes going outside not very inviting. And this January certainly started that way. We had quite a few frosty mornings at the beginning of the month. Even the waterfall was frosted around the edges. But since then, it's been surprisingly mild and I've got quite a lot done. So join me for this garden diary and I'll show you what I've been up to, both inside the house and outside in the garden. If we start off inside, I've got a whole load of begonias that I'm rooting, and a pilia. To be honest, even if they don't root, they look lovely on the windowsill. Who needs cut flowers when you can have cut leaves? I've made a video all about propagating begonias, so check that out if you haven't already. I'll put a link below. Also, while we're on the subject of houseplants, I've got a tropical fern that I'm really pleased is starting to grow. So let's head outside and I'll show you what I've been up to. See if Milo wants to come along. Up here in the borders in front of the house, there's been a few things going on. Mainly the fallout from the frosty cold weather is that some of the pots have cracked and broken, which is a shame, but if you're going to have terracotta pots in Wales, you kind of have to live with that. As you can see here, this plant pot has definitely seen better days. It's great to see that the tulips, daffodils and snowdrops are all starting to appear, showing that spring isn't too far away. This here is one of my Echium. They're a wonderful plant. They send up great big shoots of purple flowers in the summer. That's if you can get them through winter. So on those frosty mornings I talked about, I wrap them up with fleece. And now that the cold weather has passed, I've unwrapped them and letting them get a bit of air. And hopefully they will continue and make it through to the summer. This bed behind me is one that I've been working on over January. So in the summer, I extended it about 1 meter this way and filled it up with compost and soil, and it looked fine, but the soil and the compost did sink over the summer. So this side was a lot lower than this side. So what I've done is I've put more compost on and I've raised up the stepping stones a bit higher. I've also made a little video about that. I'll put a link in the comments below. And then I've put lots of mulch around it and it's looking really good and ready to be planted up. Oh, I don't know if you can see a red kite behind me. Red kite. We've had a lot of wet weather this January, and so the stream has got quite wild at times. over the month of January, we had a chance to get started on the area behind me. We had the diggers in and they've started to flatten out the area. This has also motivated me to get started on designing what I want for that area, when Milo will let me. The diggers also cleared away an area by the bank so that we could create this wall. There are historic walls alongside the whole of the stream where it used to be a mill next door, and it just felt right to put them back how they once were. Some of them had fallen down naturally in places. I suspect the one behind me was intentionally removed. The cottage, for many years before we moved in here, was used as a cowshed, and this would have been the perfect place for the cattle to cross the stream to get across into the field for grazing. A natural pool had formed here, so we've kept that curved shape for the wall. Thank you for joining me for this garden diary for the month of January. If the weather holds and I'm able to be gardening in February, I'll put another video together at the end of that month too. Please subscribe so you don't miss that. Bye for now.